What's up mga kokote, it's me Kuya Jet. Welcome sa Ecuador Knows Where Learning is the name of the game. At kung bago ka pa lang sa aming YouTube channel, pindutin mo na ang subscribe, like, and share button para maging updated ka sa aming videos. What's up mga kokote? Another educational vlog na naman ang ating gagawin kung saan ay pagpapatuloy natin ang pag-aaral regarding business math. So kung nung unang vlog, ang ginawa natin ay simple interest, nakuha natin kung paano nga ba kinukuha yung interest, kung paano kinukuha yung principal, rate, tsaka time. And so for this educational vlog, we will be discussing about ordinary and exact interest. Ayan, so may connection pa rin siya sa simple interest na diniscuss natin a while ago. Yan. So, ano ba pag sinabi nating ordinary interest? So, ordinary interest assumes there are 360 days in a year. Kasi nga sabi natin, 'di ba, iba ang pagkuha kapag days, month or year yung yung given time natin. Yan. Kung month ang given time natin, dinidivide lang natin siya by 12 months, sa days iba. Ayan. So dito sa ordinary interest, ina-assume natin na merong 360 days in a year. Tapos kapag naman sinabi nating exact interest, dito ay ina-assume natin na merong 365 days in a year. So ayan, so ordinary interest is denoted as capital I sub O, and the exact interest denoted by capital I sub E. Ayan. So we need to take note of this following ideas. So ordinary interest is greater than exact interest. Kasi nga, ang ordinary interest ay meron 360 days and ang exact interest ay meron 365 days. So, when interest IO or IE is not specified in any problem, it is assumed as ordinary interest. Ayan, kapag wala tayong nabasa or na-identify sa problem na ordinary interest or exact interest yung hinahanap, automatic iyon ay ordinary interest na. So, yun nga, pag sinabi natin, 'di ba sabi natin kanina, ordinary interest is greater than exact interest. Kasi ordinary interest is inversely proportional to its time. Ayan. 'Di ba 365 days lang yung ordinary interest, pero nasabi natin na mas malaki daw yung interest ng ordinary interest. Ayan. So, yun din, exact interest is inversely proportional to its time. So, ayan. We have an example here. For this example, meron tayong find the amount due if 12,200 pesos was invested at 12 and 3/8% for 125 days using letter A, ordinary interest, and B, exact interest. So dito, meron sinabi or may binanggit dito kung ano ba yung hahanapin natin. So uunahin natin yung ordinary interest kasi yun yung unang binanggit. So how are we going to find the ordinary interest? So, for computing for the final amount using ordinary interest, we need to use the formula. Ordinary interest is equals to PRT. Yes po, pag-multiply lang natin ang principal, rate, and time. So, dito, ordinary interest is equals to 12,200 multiplied by 12 and 3/8% and multiply uli sa 125 over 360. Dahil nga days ang given, we will, ang nasa numerator natin is yung 125 and yung denominator natin is 360 dahil nga ordinary interest ang ating ang hinihingi nila. Yan, so ang ordinary interest natin is 524.22 pesos. So, ang sabi rin, ano yung magiging final amount? So, para makuha natin yung final amount, we need to use a formula P plus I. Ayan. So, ang ating principal is 12,200 plus the interest which is the 524.22 pesos. So, the sum of it ng ating final amount ay 12,724 and 22 pesos. Ayun. So, in order to compute for the final amount using the exact interest, we will be using the exact interest is equals to PRT pa rin. Ayan, so principal times rate times time, yun pa rin. So, our exact rate our exact interest will be 12,200 multiplied by 12 and 38% multiplied by 125 and 365. Pero dito, kung sa kanina sa ordinary interest, 360 yung ginamit natin, dito sa exact interest, we will be using 365. Which is kapag nakuha natin yung product ng tatlong iyon, ang makukuha natin na exact interest ay yung 517.04 pesos. Yan. So, wag natin kakalimutan yung ating, yung ating pesos. Ayan. So, para naman makuha yung final amount using the exact interest, we will be using the formula F is equals to P plus I pa rin, wherein the principal is equals to 12,200 and our interest is equals to 517.04 pesos. And the sum of it will be 12,717.04 pesos. So, kung kukumpara natin, mas malaki nga ang final amount ng ordinary interest natin dahil kesa sa ating exact interest. That's it. So let's have another example. 125 days after borrowing money, Krizia pays an interest of 2,850. How much did she borrow if the simple interest rate is 8 and 7 over 8%? Ayan. So dito, computing for the principal using ordinary interest, since it is not stated whether to use ordinary or exact interest. Walang binanggit kung ordinary or exact yung ating gagamitin. So, we will be using the formula principal is equals to interest over rate of times time. Ayan. So, ang magiging principal natin ay magiging equal sa ganito. So, interest is, magiging 2,850. Then, yung rate natin is yung 8 and 7 over 8%. And yung ating time is 125 over 360. Yan, yun yung, 125 days and yung 360 days because we are using the ordinary interest. So, ang magiging principal natin kapag linagay natin siya sa scientific calculator will be 92,484.51 pesos. And for our third example, we need Asyong wants to have 80,000 after 210 days. How much should he invest now at 12 and 1/5% simple exact interest? So dito may nabasa tayong exact interest, so we will be using the time as 365 days. Ayan. So, we need to compute for the value of P using simple exact interest. If we look at the values given, we are given the value of the final amount. Hence, we will use the formula F is equals to P multiplied by 1 plus RT. Yan. Dahil nga, final amount yung given natin. Yan. So, wala tayong given na interest. So, interest yung nawawala. So, P is equals to F divided by 1 plus RT. Yan. Yun yung kinonvert natin doon. Yan. So, mangyayari, yung final amount is equals to 80,000. I-divide natin siya sa baba. Yan. So, ilalagay lang natin yung mga values ng ating mga formula. So, sa baba, magiging denominator is 1 plus yung rate natin na 12.15% at yung time natin na 210 days over 365 days because we are dealing with the exact interest. So, ang ating magiging principal is 74,752.96 pesos. So, we proceed. Ayan. So, proceed naman tayo sa actual versus the approximate time. So, ano ba yung pag sinabi nating actual time? So, actual time is the exact or actual number of days in any given month. And the difference between the actual time and the approximate time is yung approximate time, it assumes all months within a year contain 30 days. So, kahit yung February, magiging 30 days, yung January, 30 days lang. Yun kasi nga naka-approximate tayo. So, we denote actual time as the word ACT or ACT and we denote approximate time as APP or up. Ayan. So, eto, meron tayo ditong mathematical technique na tinatawag in order to identify kung ilang days nga ba meron sa month. So, we are using our face. Ayan. So, kapag nandito, nasa may buto, ibig sabihin daw, ang month na iyon is naka 31 days. Yan. Kapag naman nasa lubog, ang it's either na 29 or 28 days like the February, or kaya 30 days lang siya like the other months. So, as we go around, we will consider this na ganito. Yan. So, January 31, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So, ganun lang. Lahat ng tumatama sa buto ay merong 31 days. Yun. So, dito sa dulo, pag babalik ka na, kailangan dalawang tap siya para mag-reverse. Ayun. Yun lang. So, for an example, we need to find the actual and approximate time from January 15, 2020 to September 28, 2020. Yan. So, kung gagawa tayo ng table, ito siya. Yan. So, ang month na ililista natin is yung January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So, meron tayong 9 months sa ating table. So, dito sa other hilera, meron tayong actual. So, we will, dahil nga sabi na find the actual and approximate time from January 15. Kapag kasi actual, we will not consider na yung 15. So, ililest lang natin siya. So, ilang days ba meron sa January? So, ito, 31. Tumama sa buto. So, 31 minus 15 is 16. So, we will start at 16. So, sa February, ilan ba meron? Dahil, kapag dito, we need to consider kung leap year ba. Yan. Kasi pag, how to identify kung leap year? So, di ba, every 4 years siya nag-leap year. So, we need to start with 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024, and so on. Ayan, basta divisible by 4 siya, leap year po ang tawag doon. And ang February natin ay merong 29 days. So, ang March natin is merong 31, ang April ay 30, bago and so on na hanggang dumating tayo sa September. Kasi ang sabi ay hanggang September 28, 2020 lang. Yan. So, ang mangyayari, we will stop by 28. Hindi natin ko consider yung September 29, September 30. Yon. Kasi hindi siya kasali. So, ang ating actual time is 257 lang. Kung i-add natin yung 16, 29, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31, 31, and 28, ay magkakaroon tayo ng sum na 257. And for our approximate time, dito parang, hindi ka na mag-iisip, parang iisipin mo na lang yung starting tsaka yung end. Kasi yung mga nasa gitna, puro 30 na lang ilalagay mo doon. So, sa January, mayroon tayo ditong 15 days. Bakit 15 days na lang? Kasi 30 minus 15, kasi we start at January 15, 2020. So, nagkaroon tayo ng result or difference na 15 days. Yan. So, sa February hanggang August, we will put 30. Yan. So, bago sa September, ilalagay natin is 28 din. Kasi, ayan, 28 lang. Starting from September 1 up to September 28. Yan. Hindi naman siya umabot ng, wala naman kasi September 31, di ba? Ayan. So, ang approximate time natin, ganito lang yan kukunin. We need to count the months, kung ilan yung nasa gitna. Ayan. So, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So, meron tayong 7. 7 times 30 is equals to 210. And then, we need to add the 28 para sa September at yung 15 sa January. So, ayan, 210 plus 28 plus 15 will be 253. And that will be our approximate time for this example problem. So, we have another example. So, we need to compute for the interest of a 15,000 loan when the interest should be computed from March 27, 2020 to July 29, 2020 using the banker's rule at 3% simple interest rate. Ayan. So, nagmi-mix-mix na po yung ating mga pinag-aaralan starting from simple interest hanggang ngayong actual and approximate time. So ito, since we must compute for the interest using banker's rule, we must count the actual time in between the specified dates. So pag sinabi nga nating banker's rule, ito yung actual time na hinihingi, hindi siya approximate time. So in doing so, actual time is equals to 124. Ayan. So, kung gagawin nyo yung table na ginawa natin in our previous example, yun yung makukuha yung actual time. So, wag nyo na kunin yung tawag doon, yung approximate time kasi it will waste your time. So, yan. So, in computing using ordinary interest, we have to use the tawag dito. The formula is ordinary interest and the actual time is equals to PRT pa rin, principal rate time. So, mangyayari ay 15,000 multiply by 3% and we need to multiply also to 124 days as stated dun sa ating actual time and yung 360 days dahil nga we are using the ordinary interest. And that's it. We will get the final answer of 155 pesos. So, we proceed sa interest and dates. So, ano nga ba pag sinabi nating interest between dates? Yan. So, when interest is to be computed from a certain date to another date inclusively, there are 4 methods of computations. So, unang-una na nga dito yung banker's rule na tinatawag. It is to use by bank in computing the interest on saving deposit. So, ito yung mga ginagamit ng ating mga well-known banks. Ayan. So, it is the ordinary interest for actual time. So, pag sinabi nating ordinary interest, diba, we are using the dates na 360. Ayan. And our actual time is hindi natin siya ginagamitan ng kung ano talaga yung actual date using our fees every month, yun yung ginagamit. So, second one is the ordinary interest for approximate time. So ito yung it's ordinary interest. We are using the time as our denominator na 360 days pa rin, and our approximate time is yung mga nasa gagamitan natin siya ng 30 days na ima-minus natin. Yun. So, third, we have the exact interest for actual time. So, pag sinabi natin exact interest, ito yung ito yung araw ng buong taon na 365 days yung gagamitin natin. And for our actual time, ito yung yung kung ilan talaga yung totoong araw, actual na oras ng pagitan, ganun. So, lastly, we have the exact interest for approximate time. Yan. So, dito, exact interest nga. So, our denominator will be 365 days. Yan. And our approximate time is kung ilan yung approximate time using 30 days in each month. Yan. So, medyo nakaka-confuse siya kasi 4 siya. Pero, kung kung lalagyan natin siya ng keyword, ordinary means mas mababa, 'di ba? Mas mababa yung dates na ibig sabihin 360, ang exact interest is equals to 365 dahil exact means sakto, 'di ba? Yan. So ilang bang araw meron sa isang taon? Meron tayong 365 days. And for actual time, pag sinabi natin actual, sakto rin. Yan, kung ilan ba talaga yung katumbas na araw sa isang buwan na yon. And our approximate, pag sinabi approximate, it is parang rina-round off lang natin sa 30 days per month. Yun. So, on this given situation, using approximate days, find the interest on 25,000 at 5% from February 24, 2020 up to April 15, 2020. Yan. So, counting the approximate time between the specified dates, yan, so sabi, approximate time daw, yun yung sinabi at hindi siya actual time. So, ang ating, kung tutuusin natin siya, meron siyang 51 days. Ayan. So, computing using ordinary interest is equals to ordinary interest. We will be using the ordinary interest and the approximate time, which is equals to principal times rate times time then. And our principal will be 25,000, our rate will be 5%, and our approximate time will be 51 days as we computed dun sa merong days doon. Kung gumamit kayo ng table, ayun, 51 days yung magiging sum nun, and then 360 days yung magiging denominator kasi we are using the ordinary interest. And our product for this problem will be 177.08 pesos. In order to find the exact interest on 10,000 at 2% interest rate from May 25, 2020 to June 30, 2020 using actual time is our problem. So, dito actual time ang sinasabi. So, counting the actual time between the specified dates and our actual time will be 36 days. So, in order to compute using exact interest, we'll be using the exact interest to actual time, which is equals to the formula of principal times rate times time. Yan. So, our principal will be 10,000 pesos and our rate is 2%, and our time for our numerator, we have the actual time na 36 days, and we have the we will be using the exact interest time for 365 days as our denominator. And as a product, we will get 19.73 pesos.